In today's video, we are going to break down Obi Toppin's offensive game. Now, Obi Toppin is going to be most likely a top 3 pick in this year's NBA draft, and of course, I am a huge fan of his. Now, the reason is because he is, in my opinion, going to be a mix between a Dwight Howard and a Dirk Nowitzki. What I mean by this is somebody who is massively strong, throws down massive, strong dunks, but has the ability to also finish softly around the rim and shoot the three-point shot at a ridiculously high percentage. He was roughly in that 40% range in college, which is huge for somebody who is around 7 feet tall. 6'11", 7 feet, somewhere around there. Anyways, let's get down. Let's check out some of his footage, what he does well, and how you can also emulate Obi Toppin's game in your own game. Really quickly, hit that like button and subscribe if you like basketball plays, drills, skills, and breakdowns. So first, we're seeing him in the screen and roll. So he sets that screen, and now he rolls towards the basket. He notices that his man is out of position, and he has an open lane to drive down towards the rim. When he's driving, he takes one dribble, 1, 2, and goes up. And this is what I mean by his ability to finish softly around the rim. He doesn't have the ability to dunk over top of 2 players, and really nobody does. So he's able to finish with outstretched arms with his left hand right softly off the glass and in. Now the only thing is, if you've got a lot of defenders on you, I would probably go a bit higher off the backboard, but that's just me personally. So here we have Obi Toppin up top running the point. Yes, this is a big man running the point. And what he does here is really smart. So he's dribbling towards this wing player. This looks like it's going to be a dribble handoff. However, when he sets that up and he does a little quick hop before the dribble handoff, he notices that his player is out of position. He is leaning towards this way so that he can cut off or set a bit of a screen so that this player cannot just pop out and be able to hit the three-point shot. This is what we call hedging. So this player is starting to hedge out. Obi Toppin notices this and goes into attack mode towards the rim. And this is something that normally players don't get until they're a couple of years into the NBA. And even then, some players never get this. And because of his ability to notice that his player is out of position, his first step is really quick. He goes 2 dribbles, and then he goes up for a massive dunk. Look how strong and powerful that really is. Now, this is a move that we've seen Zion Williamson use a couple of times in the NBA. And that is when he receives the pass out on the wing, and he does a quick, when he lands, right away, he hasn't even taken a step yet. And as soon as he lands, he goes into almost like a fake jab step into that right side. And because of that, that gets his defender out of position, and now he's able to attack that left side. He notices that this player is coming down to play some help defense, and his defensive player is really recovered pretty well, and he's basically taken away the center of the key. He can't go up for a shot here because this player is going to come around and block him. So what he does and what he recognizes is the ability to now spin, because this player is totally facing that direction. He's drawn a double team. He could have passed the ball out for a 3, but because of his ability to have soft hands around the rim, he does a quick spin move because that player was again out of position, being totally forcing him in one direction, and because of that, he was able to finish softly off the glass. His ability to know how to use screens is also very good. Coming from a college player, this is amazing. So what we have here is a player setting a screen for Obi Toppin, and Obi Toppin's going to use that screen. However, he doesn't just go through the motions of using a screen. He does something that many coaches try to teach their players, but their players never learn. And that is to fake, going in one direction and then going the total opposite, which now sets your player up to be actually getting screened. So he does that. He fakes right, and now that does take that defender to take a step back. Now, he uses that screen. this player should have switched off really quickly, at least had a hand up, but he didn't. And because of that, Obi Toppin's able to finish with a nice left-handed layup. Now we're getting into the highlights where I really think that he might be the next young Dwight Howard. Not the current Dwight Howard who's bulked up a bit, but the young one, the rookie Dwight Howard, where he can really jump ridiculously high. So he's got his defender out of position. His defender is behind him. His defender has pretty well is finished. Now, his guard has recognized this and he's got his hand up so that he lets his guard know, hey, yo, I got a lane. So because of that, his guard sends up that alley-oop, and because of his ability to jump, now I know not every player is able to jump this high. There are exercises that you can do to really be able to jump higher, so you might be able to play like this or even better, but his strength and jumping and vertical ability to catch that ball, turn in the air from catching it and then turning in the air and slamming on top of a player takes a lot of core strength, but also a lot of shoulder, lower back, and leg strength as well. Now this is just a really good play as it is. So Obi Toppin setting a screen for the wing. The wing is going to be doing a wing-to-point pass or a point-to-point depending on how high he gets. Now, Obi Toppin rolls off of that screen, but what he does is instead of rolling down the middle, what I like to see players do when they're setting a wing screen, when there's a pass right away, is to sag off and then cut almost like a backdoor cut. And because of this, and he recognizes this, watch, he sags out just a bit, and then he's cutting backdoor. The reason why you want to sag off just a bit, that lets your defender pop up, and now that's opening up this whole side of the court. So if you're a really good three-point shooter, you could keep on sagging over towards the corner, skip pass out for a three, or if you can jump like Obi Toppin, you can cut right towards the rim and catch a massive alley-oop slam dunk. Now this is a mistake that a lot of players get stuck in when they're guarding the low post or the key in a 2-3 style zone. This looks pretty similar to a 2-3. Of course, it could also be a zone, a man-to-man. But when you've got a player sagging in a bit deeper right there, and then you've got another player in the middle, this does sort of look like a zone to me. And you're a bigger player, you're able to sneak in behind a player in the post and then basically get onto his backside, which now allows you to be wide open. And because of this, he's able to get that lob. Now, in reality, you may not be able to jump that high. Let's just see that lob really quickly. But in reality, you might not be able to jump that high. But if you get that ball and you land, and once you land, you've got two defenders on you, what you could do now is kick that ball out for a three. If that player is able to hit that shot before this player comes out and recovers, this could be an extra pass for almost like a hockey assist for yourself. But either way, you're either helping your team score by scoring yourself or by getting other players open. Another great thing about Obi Toppin is his speed, and he knows how to use it. He runs up the court extremely fast, and he tries to get in behind the defense, and because of that, he's able to finish with massive slam dunks like this one. Also, here's another one. This is a 3-on-2 fast break. Obi Toppin's up top. Now, when he gets to that free throw line extended, he cuts down, and his player, the guard in the middle, knows. He understands how to space. These two players are going the wings. This player with the ball is going up the middle. Now, that player is able to pass him the ball because, of course, these two defenders don't know what the heck their position really is. He should have been back farther, but that didn't happen. And because of that, Obi Toppin's able to get away with a massive dunk. So by running the floor and spacing the floor, it's very important on a fast break. So here's another one. Obi Toppin actually defends the screen and roll quite well. If his player is the one who is getting screened or the one who is going to be the one screening, he really does try to get in front of his defender and cut off the screen that's about to happen. And that's what happened here, but we just don't have the clip of the earlier part of this. However, when you're able to cut off your player, so if you're a ball handler is going towards a screen, if you get in between the screen and your player, you may be able to stop that screen from happening. Another option is if your player is the one who is going to be the screener, you could get in front of your player and try to cut off the player who is about to get screened for. And now, because of that, you can sometimes pick off the ball like we have here and have an uncontested dunk or layup. Now, I will be in a future video going over some of his post moves. However, here's just a quick soft touch post move that Obi Toppin has. And that is just a quick, he hasn't dribbled yet, he just got the ball. One dribble, body, shoulder into that defender, hop, step down, and then up for a quick layup. Almost like a Shaq move. It's almost like if we're watching Shaq when he was younger. Great move, but we will be breaking down more of his moves in a future video. Obi Toppin is the trailing player. The nice thing about his game is his ability to shoot the three-point shot. Now, if you're a center and you are able to shoot the ball, that is very beneficial for your team because you're able to stretch the defense out, and that's what we're seeing here. Obi Toppin was the trailer. His defender, because he's a center, already went down into the key to protect the paint. But because Obi Toppin is a trailer and can actually shoot the three, we see him have the ability to stretch the defense out and hit that three-point shot. Now, Obi Toppin, when driving towards the rim, I wish that he could have a little bit better ball handling skills. However, the nice thing about it is his ability to finish, but also his ability to pass the ball. His court vision is really good. So the ability for him to notice, hey, I got a double team, another player coming down as well to cut off a player. Really, this player over here, he's guarding two players. Who's the best player to pass to? This man over here for a three-point shot. So now here's another one. He's in the low post with that ball. He gets a double team, and he's got another player who is in what I call the Russian spot. Us Canadians call it the Russian spot if you're an old enough basketball coach. And because of that, he's able to look at the Russian spot because these two players decided to double team. The other center or big man on the team decided to go along the Russian spot, which is about a foot out from the baseline and about a foot in from the three along the baseline. And that's where the Russians used to play against Canada back, I think it was in the 60s or somewhere around there. And because of that, it became a new strategy, and Obi Toppin and some of his teammates actually understand that strategy. I hope that these skills help you in your quest to become the best basketball player ever. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.